jerk just dent my car? Steeze Nation.
What's up, Nation? Welcome back. We're here with Mr. Juan and I. We're doing a special installation on his Mustang. We got this carbon steering wheel, which he will have a little more information about.
Yep.
And we're gonna have, what is it, unboxing?
We're gonna do an unboxing, how to do the install, and a quick review afterwards too.
Yes, sir. So, and he can tell you a little more about it.
Yep. So we'll do it with the unboxing. So let's get to it. All right, guys. So we're here to do the unboxing. The steering wheel is from Cartel. They are one of my newest sponsors. They reached out to me, and to be honest, I've been extremely impressed with their customer service. We'll go ahead and unbox it and see what it looks like. I haven't seen it yet, so I'm actually really excited. Had this thing sitting here for 2 weeks so we can do this video and share it with you guys. So I already have it kind of unboxed or open so that we can go ahead and take a look. So let's see. Here we go in 3, 2, 1. Ooh. Damn.
Looks good.
That looks really good.
Heck yeah.
It is a carbon fiber steering wheel, flat bottom design. It does have the Alcantara sides on it. I went with that just for a softer, more comfortable feel than the leather. And we'll go ahead and pull this baby out. Oh, this feels good. It's got a good weight to it. It feels already bulkier than my stock one, so I'm gonna love that. It does have, go ahead and bring it over to this camera. You can see the red stitching on it. The cool thing about Cartel is that they allow you to customize a lot of things. The color of the stitching is one of them. I chose that color just to kind of match the car. And the center pieces too, you can do carbon fiber, you can do red, you can do whatever color to match your car. But I went just with a clean, flat or gloss black just to give it a good clean look. As you can see, we do have a power source here because that does come over to the LED screen that is built into this thing. It does have rev limiters, LEDs, and another LED screen in the center that marks your RPM, or you can cycle through different settings, I believe. So we'll go ahead and show you what the rest of it comes with. A little thank you note from Cartel, some additional horsepower, which we will install. And it also does, the way it works is that you plug this into your OBD2 and it will connect wirelessly, I guess, to the steering wheel to send the signal over to it. So that's really cool. So we'll go ahead and now talk about the tools that we'll need so that we can go ahead and get started with the install. So here we go. All right, guys, so for the tools for these are pretty basic. We're gonna need a 1/2 inch ratchet with an extension, 1/4 inch ratchet with an extension. We're gonna need a 24mm socket. That's to take the main bolt off the steering wheel. We're gonna need a 10mm socket, a pick to take the airbag off, and a T20 Torx screw to take the controls from the stock steering wheel to the other one. So these are all the tools. I'll have a list of that on the description so you guys can take a look. So we'll go ahead and get started now with the install. So here we go. All right, guys, so our first step is to go ahead and disconnect the negative battery terminal. We don't want to accidentally short anything out. So we'll go ahead and take this off, and then we'll go ahead and move on to the inside. All right, guys, so the first step we have to do on the car is to take the airbag out so that we can access all the bolts and all that behind it. The first thing we need to do is that right back here, you can see where my finger is, you'll see this little opening right here. That's what we need the pick for, is to get in there and release the clips that hold it in place. So you just basically just feed it in through it, and you'll be able to feel that pin that you pull towards you, I believe, and it'll release it. So we'll go ahead and do this one, and then we'll swing over to the other side. Clips, once you get it, you're going to see these the airbag just pop out, and here we go. Then we just get the clips to pop these up. Make sure you're careful with them. You don't want to snap them or anything. Just go ahead and take these out.
Many hours later.
We got another one back here. Release it, push it, pull it.
There should be 3 of them, correct?
Yes.
Yep.
So we have your 2 center ones, and then this one here. Got your 3. And if you want to come in over here, I'll show you when you're pushing in.
Show the left one there.
On the screw.
So you go through these little holes there.
You go through those little holes on the side. And I'll do it on this side so you can see it better. But when it slides in, basically what you're doing is that you're pushing this clip in. And once you push it in, it'll release it. So you have to do it on both sides. And once you do it on one side, it'll pop on that side. You go to the other side, it'll pop on that side, and then we'll be good to go. So now we just need to get that 24mm bolt on this bolt right here to take that out, and then we'll be able to take the whole steering wheel out. So that's the next step. Let's go ahead. Whenever you guys are doing this, make sure that your wheels are straight and your steering wheel is straight when you're taking it off. That way you won't have any issues when you go ahead and put everything back together. So just one bolt, keep that in a safe place. And then after that, the steering wheel really just popped out.
Wow, that was
a lot
easy.
easier than I thought it was going to be.
Not as easy as my S2000, that's for sure. Jeez, I had to take the mallet to the S2000.
Yeah, and then there's just one harness back here. You have to push down on the clip right here. Pull it out.
There you go. No steering wheel. Now you can drive with the ratchet.
Yeah, so the next step is we're going to have to take these consoles off to transfer them over to the new car. And if we might have to take this off to transfer the paddles over too. So that's the next step. So we'll bring it over to the bench and get started on that.
Sounds good.
Alright guys, so we're here with the steering wheel. One thing that I always did is before I started taking screws and part to part, I always took a picture overall in case I needed to like remember where a specific screw went. So we'll go ahead and do a quick photo of that, and then we'll go ahead and get started. To do all the work on this one, you're gonna need the T20 Torx Bit to take off the screws, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So far that we can see. There's probably more underneath it, but we'll go ahead and start with these little trim pieces real quick. So. Alright, so to do the paddles is super easy. There's just 2 more additional screws for those. We'll go ahead and zoom in over here. We got this one right here, this one right here. As soon as you take those off, the whole assembly is just going to come right out. So see that real quick. Yeah, see? Popped right out. Make sure you keep the screw with it. I'm gonna pre-screw it back in so that we don't I don't mix any of my screws up when I transfer them over. Other side just popped right out. Obviously, if you have a manual, you can just skip this step, or go replace your clutch, because we know how those manuals on these Mustangs like to go out. So sucks to be you guys. Rather do this than do that. So that's the next step.
That's basic. All the auto haters, right?
Yeah. So the next step really is just to move all of these over to the new steering wheel. We're going to go ahead and do that. If we notice anything special, we'll get back on camera and bring that in. If not, we're going to go ahead and next step you guys will see is us putting it back on the new steering wheel back on the car and how to wire that up. So,
and how many pieces are there total?
Right now we have a total of 6. We have the paddles, we have the lower controls, and then the upper controls.
Perfect.
And more than likely I'll have to look into it, but I think we're gonna have to we're gonna have to do that. We're gonna have to take the trim pieces off, the top ones. On the back, it's just more screws that take these out so that we can put in the new black ones in on these. So that's going to be the next step. So we'll go ahead and do that now too. All right, guys. So we have an update for you guys. The steering wheel company I got this from did not send me any instructions whatsoever when it came to hooking it up. But what we'll do, because I do finally have it figured out, is that we have to, the red wire that comes with the steering wheel goes down right next to that black wire. And other steering wheel companies that have instructions also come with an included cable that we did not get. So you're gonna have to make your own. And that cable is one that goes under, in this harness, under the steering column. You can see that red wire just kind of sticking out right there. And that one goes right next to the purple wire, which I don't know, let me see if I can get a better view of it. You can kind of see it right there. It goes into that, and then I ran power wire underneath the column and then ran it down and over across into the internal fuse box. You can see I have a piggyback wire that connects to the amplifier. I will link this piggyback to the description, because you want to make sure you get the right one. Amazon sells a bunch of these, and this was my 3rd order that actually got the correct size. So I include the link on that in the description. And once you go ahead and actually turn it on, I have the battery disconnected right now, so I'll cut back to when it's on. You'll see that it's fully powered. So all right, guys, as you can see, we are fully reassembled. We are out here on location just to kind of do a quick overview of the features. As you can see, it does have the LEDs built in that once you give it some gas or you're out driving, you can see it just, lights up pretty nice. In the middle, you do have your RPMs. Once we start driving here in a second, you'll see the miles an hour. So when you first install it, you're going to notice that is set on the metric system. So it's on kilometers, and if you want to change that, you have arrows on each side. Let me go ahead and turn one of these lights on. Arrow there. Arrow here on this side. Just toggle through. You can see the different features, different readouts you get, and even can do a 0 to 60 timer on it as well. So once you get here to options, on the right arrow you press and hold it, and it'll bring you in to your different options. You can do engine speed. If you want to hit enter on that, you press it once and it just cycles through the options. Press the left arrow and it'll come back up. So if once you want to pick on one, just press and hold the right button and it'll bring you in. And here's where you can set your different RPM max that matches the lights on here. I have mine set at 7,000 because that's right around where my red line is. Press and hold. It'll be saved. Another one you want to change is your unit. You come down here, press and hold, and here's where you can change it from Celsius, kilometers per hour. You change that over to miles and Fahrenheit, press and hold, and there you go. Now, one thing that also comes basically from the factory, I guess you can say, is that whenever you have it plugged in, it will only turn on if you manually turn it back on. And the way you do that is you press and hold both buttons for about 3 seconds, and then it'll come up. And this happens every time you power off the vehicle. If you want to change it to where it comes on as soon as you fire it up, you come down here to the 5th option where it says switch on, press and hold, and then do it on auto. Once you head and do that, it will automatically turn on. As soon as you turn it off and you turn it back on, it will go ahead and turn on automatically. You can't, you're not supposed to do it, or you won't have to do it manually anymore. So let's go ahead and get on the road and do some quick runs so you can see how it lights up. Alright, so we got some back road testing real quick so you guys can see how it kind of goes along with it. You can see it marks it pretty accurately. I haven't noticed any major discrepancies. Obviously, this thing is plugged in through Bluetooth on the OBD2 reader, so all the information it's getting straight from the car's ECU. So it lights up really nice. It has some options where you can change the LED colors. I haven't messed with that yet. You guys can do that if you want. I'm happy with the colors it has on here, but yeah, love this thing. So yeah, there it is, fully installed. Worked out a lot of unknown features with it, so hopefully you guys won't have to do it if you guys get one. If you guys have any questions whatsoever, send us a message, follow us on Instagram, comment below, and please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Catch you guys next time.